Yo, yo, yo. Can you guys hear me? How are y'all doing today? We are on the live screen. Boom. Alright, cool. We're good to go. What's going on? It's River Deep back with another live stream. About to go over some things today. I brought in a new project by one of the people I've been teaching recently and known for a while, Foreign Chief. He's got this, he's a producer and he's been working on this song called Attachment Issues by J Cub. So he asked me to learn how to mix and master this track, so that's where we're going to start off with. And then I got an original that I was working on earlier that we'll go ahead and jump into. So I guess let's get started. Oh, and by the way, since you're watching, if you haven't checked out yet, we have a great new merch store online. Has all our new stuff in there, all the new designs that we've been making, so please go check that out. Alright, so let's open up this grouping. I've already went in and put everything in order. I have all the vocals together. I separated the melody and the drums. Normally I would do it this way and also separate the bass, but since it's an 808, I wanted to keep that in with the drums. What all I did was sidechain that to the kick. So let's play from the top so you can hear it beforehand. And I have a reference track in here as well. Just having that muted for now.
I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm tryna hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone. I could never put my trust into my enemies. Which kinda funny, cause I thought you was a friend of me. I keep a 30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my eyes whenever I need to listen. Let the Lord speak words inside of my weak verse. It's only a weak verse because I spit it this week. A freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs hurt from praying. He beat the streets, and dog, he don't need a tote, a gun to make a killing. Able and he's willing on the road to make $1 billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn to villain. I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm tryna hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone.
Alright, so there you go. You can hear the song, how it's in so far. I did do a little cleanup beforehand just so we could get started with getting everything in a very balanced area. Yo, what's up, Mike?
Transposing an E minor, boy.
Just had Reckless enter the building. Being all reckless and whatnot. So, alright, so I got in. Did a little EQ boosting, did some compression and limiting, so that way we can get the vocals to sit nicely together. With the beat on here, I ended up doing a lot of, just to bring all this out, so I'm going to group that, just so you can hear the difference. And then there was a guitar in here, I put... Was that it? Let's see. Yes, this was the one. Made it a little wider, so that way there was more depth on the sides.
On the road to make a...
If you got headphones on with me, you could definitely tell the difference. And then this is just to...
On the road to make $1 billion.
It was super low, as you can hear.
On the road to make $1 billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn.
And then, yeah, it's just that to bring it back up. And it didn't want to do too much to cover the vocal.
On the road to make $1
billion. As you can see, it sits very nice. Alright, so now we're going to get into the mastering. Alright, so let's listen to our reference track.
Having it to lacking it, just label it some press.
I'm going to go back and forth real quick so I can hear the EQ spectrum difference.
Man told me his name was Jesus, said that he was a friend of me. I keep a 30, so we split. I met God knowing, boy, it was a blessing. Went from him to get me on my position, huh? First, I was homeless, I was getting sleep on bitches at the college.
Alright, so you can definitely tell that there's a little bit more wideness that needs to happen, so we'll get in that too a bit. And then I already can tell that what we're working on is a little more muddier than what they got. They definitely have something bright, so I'm gonna capture what they got going on.
Man told me his name was Jesus, said that he was Michael Jackson bad and I would have to beat it. So we split. I met God knowing, boy, it was a blessing. Went from having it to lacking it, just label it some pressure. I was homeless, I was getting sleep on bitches at the college. I was in, but all I had was enough money for the knowledge. But I made it, had a lady and some babies for her. I used to pray for better days,
so
cause I was having
a so we're actually getting the 808 sound in there too.
But life wasn't life, and I just felt like I had made me more. I done cried about it, I can't lie about it, ain't gon' die about it, had to rise about it. He said he was kinda funny, cause I thought you was a friend of me. I keep a 30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my eyes whenever I need to listen. Let the Lord speak words inside of my weak verse. It's only a weak verse because I spit it this week. A freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs hurt from praying. He beat the streets, and dog, he don't need a total gun to make a killing.
So I could already tell that the reference track that I used is not in the same key, because you can see the bump of where the sub is hitting is in a different spot than ours. So I'm going to reduce that so we can get more drastic changes up top without affecting our bottom end.
Just because I spit it this week, a freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs her from praying he beat the streets and dog. I'm gonna make a killing, able and he's willing on the road to make $1 billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he my mind about it. Turn the I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time.
So you can see that we have some distortion happening.
Because I spit it this week, a freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs her from praying he beat the streets and dog. On the road to make all my feelings go away. I'm trying to hold on. I ain't been attached. Everybody did me so
Yeah, there we go.
wrong.
There's the distortion. All right, so it's super minor. So the way I fix that is I'm just gonna go in here, highlight both of them at the same time, click, and let's just drag it down. So that way it's dragging both of them at the same time. Give it some more headroom while keeping everything fine.
Make all my feelings go away. I'm trying to
Cool.
hold on.
Now we're not
I ain't been
distorting anymore.
attached. Everybody did me so wrong.
All right, let's go into our imager.
Attached to nobody else in so long.
Exact numbers don't normally matter here. I usually will have something around 100 to 120 to have this mono for the base area. And then we can do something like 1000. I usually only use 3. That way, probably more like 2000. So that way you get like the high end a little wider than the middle.
Attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray life goes
So
on.
if you're
Make all my feelings go.
If you're following along with it, make sure you're in headphones because you're not going to be able to tell this through the phone.
On the road to make $1 billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn. I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray life goes on. Make all my feelings go away. I'm trying to hold on. I ain't been attached.
Alright, you're looking for those like super subtle differences that make a big difference at the end once everything is on top of each other.
She meet a man who needs her from praying he beat the streets and dog. He don't need a total gun to make a killing. Able just because I spit it this week, a freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs her from praying he beat the streets and dog. He don't need a total gun to make a killing. Able and he's willing on the road to make $1 billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn. I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long.
Alright, and then we're going to go in and use a dynamic EQ by Ozone. These two kind of really go hand in hand together, so that way it just helps. We just spread it, so now we're going to use the side band of this compressor to compress the sides and bring them up a little bit more. Alright, so mids, we're going to bring that back to 0, so we're not affecting it at all.
They say I go wrong.
Bring down the knee. Do that. Now we can see how much is being brought down. Let's.
It's kind of funny cause I thought you was a friend of me. I keep a 30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my.
Alright, and then to top that all off, I grab a utility, the bass mono. So that way, in case there was any wideness happening to the bass at all from the compressor or the imager, we just fix that problem right there.
30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position.
So let's
30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the.
You already hear the difference of how much like more presence is given when you do that.
30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been.
Alright, so let's see how it compares to our other track for now.
The beat, so we split. I met God knowing, boy, it was a blessing. Went from
to get me out my position.
they were lit some press. I was homeless, I was getting
Vision and I only close my.
Alright, so now let's make it a little bit louder so we can see if we're still muddy or whatnot. So I'm going to throw the Fab filter limiter on here. I do L2. There it is.
30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my eyes whenever I need to listen. Let the Lord speak words inside of my weak verse. It's only a weak verse because I spit it this week. A freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs hurt from praying. He beat the streets and dog. He don't need a tote gun to make a killing. Able and he's willing on the road to make a billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I. Make all my been attached, everybody.
with a conversation and my ex-girl. She told me that I was free to go and find my.
Never put my trust into my enemies.
And with Jesus, said that he was
A friend of me. I keep a 30 on the opposite side.
God knowing, boy, it was a blessing. Went from heaven.
Get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been.
Alright, so there we go, we got the right volume. So now things are actually sounding pretty aligned.
She meet a man.
Some bro, but life wasn't life, and I just felt
Reason, dog. He don't need.
But we still need to bring the brightness up. So let's try some OTT. I would put that before here. I usually do around 12% at most.
To get me out my position.
label it some press.
Nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only.
Alright, let's bring the presence of that snare up a little bit.
Pray life goes on. Make all my feelings go away. I'm trying to hold.
Now it all started with a conversation.
Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone. I could never put my trust into my enemies. Was kinda funny cause I thought you was a friend of me. I keep a 30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my eyes whenever I need to listen. Let the Lord speak words inside of my weak verse. It's only a weak verse because I spit it this week. A freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs hurt from praying. He beat the streets and dog. He don't need a tote gun to make a killing. Able and he's willing on the road to make a billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn to villain. I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm trying to hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone. I could never put my trust into my enemies. Was kinda funny cause I thought you was a friend of me. It's a cold, cold world and the good die young. Jesus died at 27.
Look at where he brought me. Still
Y'all trying to get to heaven.
blood bought me. Back in God's family.
Run, Ricky, run, playing. Sometimes it's feeling like I don't give a damn. Let the devil take advantage, now I'm hating who I
A pound, but I pray that they come to the knowledge of the truth every day on these.
They say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray. Life goes on. Make all my feelings go away. I'm trying to
Coming out
hold
better,
on.
right?
I ain't been attached, everybody did
A conversation and my ex girl, she told me that I would
So what I'm doing right now, just I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or whatnot. I'm lowering and raising the volume myself, just so I can because you don't want to get stuck on a certain volume sounding good, because it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sound good on any volume. So you go back up and down a little bit just so you can hear the difference and make sure everything still sounds good.
Time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. I ain't been attached.
It's just how it is.
I keep a 30 on the opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get me out my position, huh? Pressed cause a nigga been blessed to see the vision, and I only close my eyes whenever I need to listen. Let the Lord speak words inside of my weak verse. It's only a weak verse because I spit it this week. A freak whose knees hurt, she praying so that she meet a man who needs hurt from praying. He beat the streets, and dog, he don't need a total gun to make a killing. Able and he's willing on the road to make a billion. He said he wanna get it just to give it to his children, but I wonder if he get it through the hero turn to villain. I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm tryna hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone. I could never put my trust into my enemies, which kinda funny cause I thought you was a friend of me. It's a cold, cold world and the good die young. Jesus died at 27, Juice died at 21. We all
Earth in the trenches, blood bought me back in God's family.
run, Ricky run, playing. Sometimes it's feeling like I don't give a damn. Let the devil take advantage, now I'm hating who I am. Down that I got the light, down
The knowledge of the truth,
if I fall, will I get
knowledge in the booth street. College, I'm the truth. I done graduated. I got Christ in my life. Ooh,
you made me put my pride aside, but
to the ears of the
I need a woman by my side, but I don't need a hoe. But girl, I ain't been attached to nobody else in so long. Every time I go away, they say I go wrong. I fuck it up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm tryna hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my
lost everything I loved.
up and go and pray, life goes on. Make all my feelings go away, I'm tryna hold on. I ain't been attached, everybody did me so wrong. Feel like the devil got my heart and now my soul gone. I could never put my trust into my
The man told me his name was Jesus. Said that he was Michael Jackson bad and I would have to beat it. So we
opposite side of the opposition, cause folks really killing to get
I mean, I'm also doing this in headphones, so I honestly think that might be it. Let me know if you guys hear anything in the comments. Maybe something I'm not thinking of right now. But to me, it's a pretty good master. We just gotta go check the do the all card test. Alright, so let me save that. Go open up the other project I was working in. Check this out. So there's something I pulled off from my MacBook I must have done a long time ago. And here it is. So that's what I was doing. I did this earlier today for the stream. So I can go in real quick and just show how I made some of these sounds. So like this guy. Right, I did with this. So I bounced it in place earlier and then just grabbed a piece, but let me show you this real quick. Got a lot of different LFOs going on, right? So you can see I got 4 different ones going. This one's controlling the filter. Giving it some peak. This one's controlling the where the filter's sitting on the EQ or the spectrum. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This one's controlling the FM modulation. This one's controlling the EQ. Okay. And this one's controlling the wavetable of where it's going. Did some effects on here. So then I come down here. I resampled it. As you can see, I resampled it there. This was reversed. I put you can make some pretty cool glitchy sounds just with messing with the audio file alone. To do that, I throw it into beats, put it on transients, so the way it hits when the transients go. And then these 3 different tools here, they don't really have like a name or anything for it, but what I noticed with this is it stutters it. So if you put it on this one, you get a sound like this. Alright, psych. So if I put that on complex, doesn't sound as cool. See, sounds cool now. That's how you do it. Alright, so what I did over here is the same thing, right? But what I did is I bounced it in place, so Command or Control J. And so that way I kept the character of what putting in beat transient mode did, and then also made it more I made it more excessive by doing these chops, right, myself. Just going in there, hitting Command E a bunch of times, and just kind of like just doing that. Command Control, same thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm a Mac user for so many years. I'm not gonna get used to this ever. So I made this sound different just with ring mode. Simple. You find a frequency on here, you put it all the way up just to find something that could complement this. And it's that way so it's not the same sound both times. You're kind of making something more interesting. Cool. Alright, so let's continue this drop. I was working on a new sound over here earlier. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tweak a little bit first, and then we're going to go ahead and resample that. Check this out. Wow, that looks great. I got chicken.
Got chicken.
Alright, so let's go ahead and so cool.
Hey, I got chicken.
Hey, you got chicken. Alright, so let's get to Choppy McChopsta. Let's just see what. Oops. I like that. I like that.
I know you can.
Gonna do a new track for that bad boy. Just a little fader. Stretch him out. Put him on beats. Transients. Maybe turn it down a little bit so there's more of a stab sound going on. Means he needs a little bit more of a stretch. Alright, so it's not working out as well, so that means we need to warp, rewarp them in. Let's add in some pitch changes. Alright, now we're gonna Command J that. Now throw it into this beats. Stretch them out. That could be a cool spot. Ooh. Alright, cool. So we got some cool sound effects to work with now. I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to continue building off this drop. So let's see. Put this here. So that starts there. Alright, let's make it more screechy, throw some ampage on there. Now, it's giving me a lot of, I guess, white noise would be the best way to call it, so I want to bring in some restore punch. Cool.
We eat chicken on the Alchemy stream.
We do. Try Saturn. I normally use the saturator that Ableton has. That's cool in that one spot, but how would I get just that spot? Let's see. Alright, that sounds cool. I'm gonna do an automation where that gets bypassed. No, what we do is you lower the volume of this. Actually, now I'm curious. Let's see. We do that. And we put the device back on. And bring it like this over here. Ooh. Okay, so now it looks kind of like bleeds into it. But then I take it a step further. Boom. Alright, I want to make this first growl here change a little bit since we were using this as a constant. You constantly need to shut up! You think wizards play around? Fuck no.
Grand University.
Let's see what happens if we bring this one down. Alright, so I'm planning to fill in all these spots here where we have links. Alright. There's ideas being conjured up in the studio right now. I'm not sure if I agree with them or not, but I think I'm going to try it out. Say goodbye to those guys. You'll never see them again. Let's listen back to our first drop and see if we can find anything to steal. Sure, duh. Let's take these guys. So I'm just gonna play some randomly, see how it sounds, and then we can start putting some effects on top of it to make it different. Yep. There you go. Let's see. Definitely makes it punchier, so I'm gonna leave that on. If you don't use this flatline preset, you are missing out. That multiband compressor is better, is more usable than just the OTT, guys. Normally I'd run over to Rift right now, but I don't have Rift on this computer. Let's try Overdrive. Sounds cool. Maybe some reverb on top of that. Dope. Saturn made some cool sounds. I want to go back to that and see what else we can do with this. Alright, so I think there's enough glitchy sounds. There's definitely obviously more spots in the drop where you can add more stuff, but I want to get into the structure now and see where we can continue and bring this out to. So like right here. To exit out this spot, I threw a delay. Just like, come on and ride. Just give a little breakdown. Alright, I guess let's now I have the full drums in my other project on the Mac, but let's take these hi-hats and see what we can do with them. We'll make like a little area where the music kind of fades away. Or something like that, you know? Bring in this guy. I'm gonna add a delay on this one. And this guy right here. At that point, I think we can add in these drums here. That sounds kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna put you here. Alright, we're gonna do some like reverb delay action on this, so that we can cut out the melody that was happening beforehand. And we're going some nasty bass right there. Nasty bass. Like the supreme nastiness of all basses. Nastiness. Alright, so now let's find a part in here that lines up with what I just did. Or, actually, let's make a new sound. Let's check out pedal. Let's check out do overdrive. And then since what we're doing is building on top of that sub, I gotta cut that out so we can still get that clean sub sound coming in. So for that part, let's see what the automation is doing. Alright, so I'm gonna redo this automation. And then we'll change that part up right there. Let's go back to Saturn. Saturn was doing some cool stuff. Oh, why does that sound so cool? That needs like a phaser. Let's try a phaser. Alright, let's call it a day from there. Starting to run out of ideas, but hopefully you learned something. As always, stay producing, and if you need any help, I'm always here. Hit me up, Riverdeep at Riverdeep for Instagram. If you haven't yet, check out our merch channel, our merch store. We have a lot of cool stuff up there. A lot of stuff we've been working hard on making. So appreciate all the support, guys. And that is it for us.
For one thing, the idea of a difference between matter and spirit, this idea doesn't work anymore. What is the fundamental substance of the world? Is not formed stuff, potted clay, but pattern. A self-moving, self-designing pattern. A dance.